This video is all about flying business class for less. I'll explain how you could get a luxury seat like this for a lower ticket price, without using miles or a VPN. I'll cover the method, a real example from 2025, how to do it, and what are the drawbacks. Perhaps this method will get you in a seat like this on your next trip. Throughout the video we'll see a recent flight of mine on Lufthansa in economy from London to Frankfurt, and the reason for this will become clear. I first paid to fly business class in 2021 from Heathrow to Bangkok with Singapore Airlines. The cost was approximately £1,500. Since then, ticket prices have gone up a lot. All bar one of my trips since then have used this method. I've only used it between the UK and East Asia, but in principle it could work anywhere in the world. I must point out here that if I'm paying for a business class ticket, I want to get the best airline and seat for my money. Cheaper tickets may be available, but there will be a reason why I don't wish to fly with certain airlines. For instance, a 222 layout or perhaps an inferior seat. So the method is that my first flight on the trip will be a short economy flight, taking me to a hub airport where my business class flight will begin on a separate ticket. The reason for the separate ticket is so that I only pay the UK departure tax at the economy rate for the short distance. The aim of the method is to find a low enough business class ticket price so that I cover the cost of the economy flights and any extra costs, perhaps for an overnight hotel stay, and have money to spare. Departure tax isn't the only reason prices may be cheaper elsewhere. There are many factors that go into setting airline ticket prices. And after takeoff, we'll have a look at a real life example from 2025. If you're enjoying the video, then please consider subscribing, and also don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thank you. So here's the example. I recently purchased flights to visit Vietnam towards the end of 2025 with Singapore Airlines, but the cost per person from Heathrow was going to be £3,661.52 each, which was just way too much for me. So then I found return business class flights from Brussels with the same airline for £2,409.38, return flights from Heathrow to and from Brussels in economy for £226, and a hotel overnight stay in Brussels for £62. So the total cost came to £2,697.38, which is a saving of £964 each. Now, I would have been able to book a lower price business class ticket than what I've quoted here, but it would have been on an airline that I don't want to fly with for the reasons I've mentioned before. So, how to do it? Well, the first thing to do is to decide on your itinerary and search your flight comparison sites for your most convenient airports to get your baseline. Next, begin a search for a similar itinerary, but from airports that can be reached by a short economy flight. So in my case, after I've checked all the UK airports, I will look at, for example, Dublin, Amsterdam, Munich, Frankfurt, etc. This part of the process takes time and patience, and if you're old school like me, a notepad and pencil. If you find a flight you like the look of, The next job is to search for economy flights to get you to and from that departure airport. You must allow plenty of time for the connection, because with it being on a separate ticket, you'll have to collect your bags, you'll have to check them in again, you'll have to do all the security and immigration. You may also need to factor in an overnight stay if a flight leaves early, for instance. Once your search is complete, tot up the total and compare that to your local airport, and hopefully you will have money to spare. So what are the drawbacks of doing this? Well, the first thing is hassle. You're adding an extra economy flight to the start and end of your trip and another airport connection. That's got to add some hassle. The next one's about baggage. Whilst your business class allowance may be 30 or 40 kilograms, if you're starting and finishing on economy, then you're going to be stuck with maybe 23 kilograms or less. And finally, delays. Airlines generally won't take account of any flights that are on separate tickets in the event of delays and missed connections. It's of vital importance, therefore, that you leave enough time between flights. I nearly came a cropper on this point, and you can see all the details in my misconnection video. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this method. Have you used it? Did it work for you? Also, once again, please consider subscribing to the channel for similar videos in the future. For now though, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.